What's up guys, it's Spiderwolf back for another Umamusume video. So today we're going to be going over the upcoming brand new event for fall. Well, I guess not really fall for us, right? But basically it's going to have a seasonal SYMBOLI Rudolf and Gold City, as well as a brand new support card, or two new actually, technically three. We got Current Chan, or Brian, and then one more for the actual event itself. But before we get started though, I greatly appreciate it if you guys could drop me a like, comment, subscribe. Would really help me out trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We're almost already there, so I'll take whatever we can get, but before we hit the brand new year. Well, with that being said, let's get right into this. So, and a lot of content to cover here. So, SYMBOLI Rudolf. She has 83 speed, 87 stamina, 90 power, 90 guts, and 100 wit. She's really good at turf tracks, basically don't run her in dirt tracks. For distances, she has E for sprint, C for mile, A for medium, and A for long, so basically great in medium, great in long. Don't even bother about the other two. For styles, B for front, A for pace, A for late, and then C for end. So basically, really good in pace, really good in late. You can make her work in front if you really want to, otherwise don't even bother. Or maybe not don't even bother, but it might not be that worth it. Now her unique skill here, arrows whistle, shadows disappear. Increased velocity with a blazing spirit when pressured by another runner in the front part of the track, or front part of the pack on the final corner or later. For her potential skills here, for basically ascending her, bring over my camera, sorry about that guys. But anyways, as I was saying, for ascension skills here, she has straight descent, slightly improved running on the downhill as a pace chaser, calm and collected, decreased fatigue early race as a pace chaser, slightly increased velocity on a straight as a pace chaser for pace chaser straightaways, and finally fall frenzy, increased performance in fall, boosting speed and power, which kind of makes sense because this is supposed to be like a little big fall event when, well, you know, this event did come out in JP, but for us in Global, we're getting it for Christmas time, which is a little bit funny. Which, to be fair, we did get Halloween and Thanksgiving time. At least for any of you guys who play, you know, in America, right? Like me. Anyways, you know, so far, I think she's pretty cool. We'll take a look later as to see how well she actually fares up in the actual Google Doc, but I think so far, from what I'm looking here, she seems like a pretty good Uma as a pace chaser. I don't really see anything negative with her. Of course, for her growth rate, she has 8% in speed, 40% in stamina, and then 8% in wit, so a little bit balanced out with some of those stats, so that's pretty cool. Next Uma we got here is Gold City, Autumn Cosmos. Also for SYMBOLI Rudolf here, it's Archer by Moonlight, which is pretty cool. I will say, as a heads up though, I probably would do a couple rolls for her, both of them. I did do several for Black Man Cafe. Unfortunately, I did not get her, so that kind of stung. But hopefully with the remaining carrots, I'll be able to get both these gals, or Umas I should say, relatively early. I hope so, because they both look really cool. Anyways, for Gold City here, the Autumn version specifically, she has 86 speed, 98 stamina, 86 power, 98 wit, and 82 wit, 98 guts, 86 power. I don't know why I swapped those two. For track, she has A for turf, D for dirt, so maybe you can make it work for dirt, but probably not worth it. For distances, she has F for sprint, A for mile, B for medium, and B for long, so basically really good at miles. You can maybe make her work the medium and long races, and then sprints don't even bother. For her styles, F for front, A for pace, A for late, and then F for end, so basically Gray is a pace chaser, Gray is a late runner, that's about it. For growth rate, she has 8% speed, 8% power, and then 14% wit, so more on the wit side of things. Her unique skill is Dancing in the Leaves, increased ability to break out the pack when engaged in the challenge in the mid pack on the final corner, which is perfect for her being a late runner or a pace chaser. For her ascension skills here, she has Late Surger Savvy, moderately increased ability to get into a good position as a late surger, battle formation, dull movement for runners ahead when positioned toward the back early race on mile races, late surger corners, slightly increased velocity on a corner as a late surger, lying in wait, recover endurance when positioned toward the back upon approaching mid race as a late surger. So basically most of these are building towards her being specifically more of a late surger rather than a pace chaser, whereas our girl SYMBOLI Rudolf here is more of a pace chaser with how her essential skills are kind of built for how they kind of want to go about things. Granted, you could still make her work as a pace chaser, it's just that most of her ascension skills here are not really going to work with that besides battle formation. That's a debuff skill. Of course, we got two new summonable gacha support cards. We got one for Current Chan, that's a wit card. Perfect Prep, prepare to make for the finish line mid-race for sprint races, for sprint races. The other one here we have is for Narita Brian, This one is Beeline Burst, increased velocity on a straight, which I don't know. To me, that sounds pretty good. But we'll take a look how good it actually is in a little bit. Anyways, going on to a little bit more details for our girl SYMBOLI RUDOLF here. If we go down, these are going to be innate skills, Full Runner, Inside Scoop, and Stamina Despair. We went over her Ascension skills. And then here's what's a bit more important, her actual Evolved skills. So, for Calm and Collected, you have to win the Japan Cup or win any G1 medium races 2 times and get at least 2 skills for Pace Aptitude, and then Calm and Collected will be upgraded to Perfect Composure. So, or Composure. If you're in the first half of the pack during the second half of the opening leg, your stamina will recover. So basically, if you're able to get in the first half of the pack, which her as it being a pace chaser is going to work out pretty well, during the second part of the race, your stamina will recover, so that's pretty good. And the original one being Calm and Collected, that one basically just decreased your fatigue early race, so that's a nice little buff there to kind of keep up. Next one here is Fall Frenzy, so you have to have at least 800 speed, or have at least 800 power and get at least 2 green skills, which are skills like these. And well, you know, kind of self-explanatory. And then this will get upgraded to Noble Hardship, so your speed and power stats are increased by 80 in autumn races. So basically, just the increase of stats for any races taken during the fall, which for Rudolph will be pretty easy to achieve, I'd imagine. Here's skills from our events though. We got Rainy Days, Prepare to Pass, and then Pace Chaser Corner. So basically 2 that work really well for pace chasing, and then 1 that's good for rainy weather. For her races, we have the usual Make Debut. Then we have placed 5th or better in the Saudi Arabia Royal Cup. Then place 5th or better in the Satsuki Show. Then place 5th or better in the Tokyo Yushin Japanese Derby. Place 3rd or better in the Kika Show. Place 3rd or better in the Army Kennen. Place 3rd or better in the Tina Show Spring. Place 2nd or better in Japan Cup. And finally place 1st in the Army Kennen during the late December. So that's not really in fall, but the other ones are kind of in fall. And there we go. Next one we got up is Gold City. So for Gold City, her knit skills are going to be Rainy Days, Opening Gambit, and Be Still. And we went over Ascension, of course. For Evolve skills here, we have at least 800 Wit, or get at least 2 skills for My Aptitude, and you have to get at least 2 Recovery type skills for Battle Formation. And Battle Formation will transform into Vivid Battle Formation. And basically for any mile races, at a random point during the opening part of the race, if you're in the second half of the pack, you will lower acceleration of all enemies ahead of you, and you recover your stamina a little bit. So basically it works really well with her being a late runner, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah, being a late surger. So that works out pretty well. Next one here, we have trigger a certain event, or when, any G1 race 2 times, and get at least 3 speed type skills. And then Lying in Wait will transform into Eagle Eyed. So basically during the second half of the opening part of the race, if you're not in the front, it would basically, you know, because she wants to be in the back as a late surger, your speed will slightly increase and your stamina will recover. So basically a nice speed boost there, as well as, you know, you're getting your stamina recovery, so that's pretty cool. Skills from events, we got Unyielding Spirit, slightly increased passing ability for mile races. We got the 1 mil 500cc, slightly increased velocity on uphill as a late surger, and finally Stick Surge, slightly increased acceleration on a late race, or acceleration for any late races as a late surger. Her races here are going to be the Make Debut, the Hanshin Juvenile Files, place 5th or better, place 5th or better in the Satsuki Show, place 5th or better in the Tokyo Yushin Japanese Derby, place 3rd or better in the Kika Show, place 3rd or better in the Army Kennen, place 3rd or better in the Osaka High, place 3rd or better in the Tennis Spring, place 3rd or better in the Tarazuka Kennen, and finally place 1st in the Japan Cup. So not too bad. I feel like Rudolph is a bit better than Gold City, but Gold City doesn't seem too bad overall. I just kind of feel like Rudolph is a bit of a better Uma, just going off like what I'm seeing from what they both do and whatnot. Now for the support cards, alrighty, so then for the support card here for Kuren-chan, let's go ahead and take a look at it as Zero Dupes, and then we'll take a look at it at MLB. So as Zero Dupes, you're getting the unique effect of getting, let's see, amplifies the effect of mood when training together by 15%. You can get an increase of stats for races by 5%, friendship bonus 25%, specialty priority 50, wit recovery 3, mood effect 20%, training effectiveness 5%, and then you get race bonus of 1 and fan bonus of 5%. So not too bad. MLB, it's now 30% friendship bonus, 65 specialty priority, 5 wit recovery, mood effect 30%, training effectiveness 5%, race bonus 5%, fan bonus 10%, wit bonus of 1, and then initial friendship gauge of 30. So decent stats, not too crazy in my opinion, but maybe the hints and skills would be better. So these are going to be the skills she gets discounts to. We got sprint straightaways, sprinting gear, meticulous measures, hesitant lace surgers, and then disorient. And then basically sprint straightaways is slightly increased velocity on a straight for sprints. Sprinting gear, slightly increased velocity or acceleration on a straight, so basically the same thing but this time for acceleration. Moderately increased performance, or moderately prepared to make for the finish line for a medium duration mid race. Slightly decreased velocity of lace surgers late race. Slightly narrow field of view for runners behind when positioned toward the front late race as a pace chaser. So you know, these are like decent stuff all around. I will say the first two seem pretty good. The other ones kind of seem whatever, but you do also get a nice stat gain of 6 wit and then 5 skill points. Then these are going to be skills from the actual event of the support card here. So we got step right there. Playtime's over. Perfect prep, which prepared to make for the finish line for a medium duration mid race. Then we got meticulous measures and then intimidate. So a couple debuff skills, but also a couple gold skills, but nothing too crazy. Next we got up is Narita Brian, the same thing. So let's see. As zero dupes, he increases the effectiveness of training performed together by 5%. Increases the frequency at which the character participates in their preferred training type by 20. Friendship bonus 25%. Initial friendship gauge 20. Mood effect 20%. Training effectiveness 5%. Specialty priority 20. Hit level 1 and then hit frequency 20% at MOB. We're now looking at 35 friendship bonus, 20 friendship initial gauge, 30% mood effectiveness, 5% training effectiveness, 35 specialty priority. Hit level still stays at level 1. Hit frequency is 20%. Skill point bonus is 1. Race bonus 10% and fan bonus 15%. So that's pretty cool. That's actually quite good, I think, for MLB. So that's very nice. These are going to be the hints she or supports. Or I keep mixing up the two. These are going to be the skills that she gives hints to. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit tired. We got right-handed here, preferred position, hydrate, outer swell, inside scoop, medium straightaways, medium corners, long straightaways. She gives you a nice stat bonus or stat gain of +6 stamina and then +2 guts. As well for these, if you guys want to take a look at what they actually do, you can pause the video and take a look. But do let me know if in the future you guys do actually want me to read each one of what they do. Otherwise, I think for the time being, for a good chunk of these, I'll just like list off the names of these and you can just pause the video and take a look. And then these are going to be the skills from the actual event itself. Up tempo, beeline burst, and then lone wolf, which beeline burst is the main premium skill that you do get from this actual support card, which is pretty cool. And I think beeline burst is pretty cool because it increases the velocity on a straight, which I think is pretty good for the most part because it's increasing your speed. Lastly here, we have the free-to-play support one, the one you get from the actual event itself. So let's take a look at what it is at MLB because it is it is quite easier now to get these cards MLB because of the whole new QOL changes. So you guys should have an easier time at getting this MLB. But at the same time, it is a free card and you'll be able to get an MLB regardless of the fact. Unless you don't, like win the event, right? Anyways, let's take a look at what it does. So MLB, you get increased effectiveness of friendship training by 10%. Increases initial friendship gauge when beginning a career playthrough by 15. Friendship bonus 20%. Race bonus 10%, fan bonus 20%, initial guts 25, initial friendship gauge 25, specialty priority 50, guts bonus of 1, and then finally training effectiveness 10%. So not too bad, especially for a nice free-to-play guts card. Could be kind of useful. Doesn't seem too crazy, but at least the stuff it does give is quite decent, at least in my opinion, for the passives here, like 10% fan bonus or race bonus, 20% fan bonus. I think overall it's kind of nice personally, and training effectiveness 10% is pretty cool. Now these are going to be the skills you actually get for hints for. We got Winter Runner, Nakayama Race Course, Steadfast, Medium Corners, and then you get +1 of speed and power and +6 of guts for stats. The hints it does give you are kind of not that great, I will be honest. Besides Medium Corners, that's kind of about it. And I guess Steadfast, but the other ones don't seem too crazy to me. I mean, I'm not like these are bad, but they don't seem like that good for what others could, do give, right? And then these are going to be the skills you get from the actual card itself. You got Snowy Days, Playtime's Over, Corner Connoisseur, Increased Acceleration on the corner of Masterful Turning, so that's pretty good. Corner Acceleration, slight increased acceleration on the corner with Masterful Turning, so basically the non-gold version of Corner Connoisseur, which will be the upgraded version of that one, right? I mean, honestly, the skills that you get from the event actually seem quite good to me, but I'm not too sure how it stacks up in the actual tier list, but I think it's a pretty good card for the most part. I don't think it's too bad. especially for a free-to-play card. Lastly, let's go ahead and go over the Uma review. So as usual, 1 is mid, not great. 5 is meta, so let's take a look at where both Umas stand. Alrighty, so let's see. So first off, we got Gold City, the autumn version. So ratings, Late Searcher 2, Team Trials 3, and Parrot 2, and then finally Acceleration debuff for negative, I think it's a negative, right? Unless it's the squiggly line, I can't tell, 0.3. So yeah, Gold City is considered not that great. So she's basically more of a mid to, if you like her, you could use her, but not really a good option. So let's take a look what they actually talk about her. So Festival or Autumn City is the only acceleration debuffer in the game up currently, but isn't come into relevance until the Gold Ship Summer alternate version. Outside of mile races, you can 564, I'm not too sure what that means, but they said 564 her debuff, and sometimes hit people as they're entering spurts, causing a massive decrease in their speed. This is extremely potent but doesn't work every race. Still, you can borrow her along if you want to gamble some wins. As a racer, she's not very good. Her unique is a final corner block side unique, which is very difficult to trigger after the first anniversary change to make Uma spread on the final corner. Also note that every race you do after the Tenno Show Haru on Gold City will give you all stats and extra SP. This can let you get SP counts above 5,000, allowing you to buy tons of skills for team trials. That's pretty interesting. I'm assuming we don't have this Tenno Show Haru thing, but I'm not too sure. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, Gold City is considered not that great, unfortunately. So if you do get her, cool. If you don't even worry about it. Now, going on to our girl Symboli Rudolf here, autumn version. She has 2 for Page Chaser, 2 for Team Trials, and then 2 for Parents. So, written after second anniversary changes, Festival Rudolf is just not very good. The gold green she already gives, already gives speed as a white, and it's very consistent in Stadium. While her unique is speed unique that triggers during or after final leg, which is not what you want. She actually used to be better before second anniversary changes, which added the phase greater than equal to 2 condition to her unique. Damn, that sucks. So basically, both Umas are not considered great. They're pretty, yeah, not that great. And then as a bit of a teaser, it looks like the Umas coming after them and also before them are a lot better. Man Cafe is clearly way better. And then basically already the 2 Umas after both of these are also way better. So with that being said, as a quick little should you summon, they're not that great, unfortunately. So I'll probably do maybe 1 or 2 just to get them for, like, see if I can get them for collective purposes, but otherwise they're easy skip, unfortunately, which kind of sucks because they both look really nice. They look really pretty. But hey, nothing wrong with using a bad Uma and just saying fuck the meta, right? Fuck the meta is the best way to go about it. Anyways, really quickly though, before we wrap up the video here, let's take a look at the tier list for the support cards here and see where they land. So first one here, we got the white one for Current Chen. Like I said, it's not updated on global, or at least I think I said it. If not, yeah, it's not updated on global yet, so we'll just take a look at it ourselves. So we're looking for Current Chen here. Alright, so for Current Chen's wit card, as your dupes, it is F tier. At MLB though, it is D tier, which is higher than 3 dupes of Finemotion, but it is slightly weaker than Finemotion. So if that's the case, then if we go to the global tier, and then we go to wit, that means it is basically S tier recollection, or my bad, wrong game. Like I said, guys, I'm tired. It is an S tier support card, so it is very, very good if you do get an MLB, but if you get it with no dupes, it's probably going to be like A tier, I guess. Without any dupes, and then with 3 dupes, it would probably be maybe somewhere between A to B tier, probably. But yeah, pretty much, it's a pretty good card if you are able to get an MLB. And then for the Narita Brian one, this one's going to be at 0 dupes F tier, 3 dupes it's going to be C tier, and then at MLB it's going to be B tier. So if we go to the highest one here, it is on the same part as Sea and Sky at MLB. And then that's like the main one, right? Yeah, then Supercreek is higher. So it would take a look back on global for where Sea and Sky is going to be at MLB. That one's gonna be A tier, so yeah, it would be like an A tier one, but it's not better than Supercreek, so it's only A tier. So the Narita Brine one is not nearly as good, but it's not too bad. It's like A tier, but at the same time, that is an MLB, so keep that in mind. And then lastly here, for we got Yukino Bijin at 0 dupes. It is considered F tier, but of course at MLB. It's gonna be over here at E tier, right next to our girl Hara Urara. So, and then also basically almost on the same tier as the other free-to-play one that we got a while ago. That was free-to-play with, I think, is it Mambo? If we go look at global though real quick to see where that's gonna stand, that means that basically this brand new free-to-play Yukino Bijin support card is going to be here on A tier, right next to our girl Hara Urara. So pretty cool stuff at MLB. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, yeah, it'd probably be somewhere between A to B tier here, because the other free-to-play one is considered B tier here, so it'd be between these two, so it's not a bad one. It's pretty usable, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, should you summon for either banner? To be honest, for meta purposes, easy skip for Rudolf and Gold City. They are both not that great, unfortunately, but if you do like both of them, which I kind of do, it wouldn't hurt to do maybe like one or two, but I wouldn't go too crazy or out of your way for them because they're not really meta. As for the support card banner, same thing, not that crazy. Kind of good, but more so if you get an MLB. Otherwise, same thing, don't really bother. You're perfectly fine. The next couple Umas coming out after them are a lot stronger. Plus, we do have that Kitasan Black rerun support card banner coming up very, very soon here, so be on the lookout for that. But with that being said, hope this video helps you guys out. And with that being said, go through your guys' pulls, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace and take care, everybody.